Hey, I'm Ben from Audiologic, and for this week's Tech Tuesday, we're going to be taking a first look at the new Shure MXA710. So let's start with the physical aspects to the device. The 710 comes in two different form factors, a 2-foot and a 4-foot variant, and also three different colours, white, black and aluminium. I've got the 4-foot black variant here with me today. On the front of the mic, we've got two staged LEDs, one can be found at either end of the microphone. And on the rear, we've got a single RJ45 port, which is used for power, which is standard PoE, audio, which can be Dante or AES67, and also control of the microphone. As standard, the MXA710 ships with a wall bracket, but there's also a flush mount kit available to fit it into a table, and also a tile bridge to fit it to a drop ceiling. So now, let's take a look at the software for the mic. The MXA710 comes with IntelliMix, exactly like the MXA910 does, which means we can do all of our processing on board and it eliminates the need for an external DSP. So when we add the MXA710, I'm going to add the 4-foot into our Boardroom here, you can have a few different options on how we're actually going to mount the device. For this installation, I'm going to select Wall Horizontal because I'm actually going to put it underneath my TV. I'm then going to click Add Device, and immediately you can see that the lobes are behaving differently to both the MXA910 and 310. That's because the MXA710 actually used toroidal lobe patterns. So let's get rid of a few of these quickly. We don't need all of these lobes. But I think for a room of this shape, realistically, we can probably cover all of our seats with probably 3 toroidal lobes. So it's worth noting that on the 2-foot MXA710, you get 4 toroidal lobes. Then on the 4-foot variant, you get 8 lobes. So just a bit more on the toroidal lobes quickly. Here are some graphics that should make it a little bit easier to understand how they're actually behaving. So depending on how we mount the mic, under the TV on the wall is actually going to change the behaviour of the mic within the room. So an easy way to think of a toroidal lobe is a bit like a donut. We get great 360-degree coverage, but loads of rejection on the vertical plane. So as you'd expect, the designer software is also where we're going to do all the setting up of our device. If I go to the settings in the top right, we'll get control over things such as the LED state. As you'd expect, we can change both the behaviour for the mute LED and the unmuted LED. And as it is with the other mics in the range, we get a whole bunch of LED colours to change from as well. This is always good for matching up with corporate colours. We can have the mute behaviour flashing so it's immediately obvious, or if you want a more subtle approach, then you can turn the LEDs completely off. So as you can see, the Shure MXA710 is a really versatile microphone. You can use the Shure Designer software to map out how it's going to behave in your room, or obviously we've got the full support team here at Audiologic that can help you with any questions.